Whoa, that was crazy. That uphill, man, I think I just hit a rock or something and popped the wheelie going up the lip, over the lip, and whoa, it was crazy. Well, welcome to round 3 of the Texas Off-Road Championship Series. Last weekend we raced at Zars Ranch. It was sandy, it was dusty, but boy did I have fun. And I just want to say I think this was the best race that I've ever raced. I was really on the throttle the whole time, and I was really just kind of competing against fellow class members and just having fun. Sure was a long race. Took me a long time to complete 3 laps, but there are 3 things that I was really working on this race. One was leaning forward onto the handlebars when I was accelerating, really just trying to lean into that acceleration, something that my kids learned in a lesson they took, and I just picked up on it and said, hey, I could do that too. And it really helped a lot. The other thing was just to be in 3rd gear more. So watching YouTube videos, going through the sand on a higher gear helps drive forward rather than spinning the wheels doing higher RPMs. And especially in the woods, really tried to stay into 3rd gear as much as I could. Talking with my friend Eric, he says he tries to ride a gear higher in the woods. I think it really helped me too. And the last thing that I really tried to do throughout this race was drag the front brake going around these sand turns. And I know that sounds counterintuitive because you'd think front brake, the front wheel compresses, might dig into the sand, but I watched this enduro channel. I can't remember. I'll post a link in the description of this video, but it really helps plant that front wheel into the ruts of the sand berms. And I only blew like maybe 3 sand berms the whole race. So I think there was probably like 50 berms per lap. That's 150. So really just killed it on those sand berms. And I've never been able to go this fast through like sand or sand turns before. So really had fun, worked on those 3 things, and let's get into the video. I'll show you a couple clips from practice here, and then we'll get into the race. Did not intend to do that wheelie. Let me see what this line looks like. Oh yeah, that's a lot easier. Hey, excuse me. Can you tell me where the lines are? Huh? Can you tell me where the lines are?
Well, this is the fastest one, but it's starting to get pretty rough at the top.
Okay.
This one here is pretty smooth. You just got that little shelf there, so you got good momentum. So when you go up it, you kind of be prepared. It's going to kind of.
Where's the 3rd one?
There's one that goes that way. There's one, the real easy is way over here.
I'm gonna have to take that one.
This is the real easy, but it goes it's a ways.
All right, appreciate
you'll lose
it.
maybe 10 seconds going that way.
Oh yeah, but I won't kill myself.
Exactly.
All right, thank you. I'm looking out over this big sand field and I'm thinking, oh, don't blow it. Just get through this thing. You're starting out slow. And I'm also kind of worried about the dust a little bit. I know there's going to be a dust cloud. I'd prefer to be out front, but I know my starts aren't that great, so I'll probably be mid-pack. And I was thinking, why does Samuel keep saying hard right after the TORCS flag? That was just confusing to me. Wasn't what I saw in practice, so guess I'll find out in a few seconds what's going on. So we're cruising here, and I'm just trying to get through this sand. I'm about mid-pack, so now I'm worried about the dust cloud, but following the riders in front of me and just trying to make it through. Here's the hard right after the TORCS flag. No one went down, so good good that no one went down and everybody made it through there safe. So I'm about in 10th place, trying to catch a few positions here. I was able to pass 2 people right there. I remember Marcus chatting with me one time and just telling me to put my weight towards the back, hit the throttle, the front wheel will go over it. So, have a little hiccup here, and then Conlon, he passes me right there, and we have a battle, a good battle for like half a lap, so that was fun. A little bit rocky here, but this was, I felt like this section right here was hard, but the sand had a good surface on top of that hard pack. Made you not want to like run it too fast, because I always seem to lose the front end when things get silty or like on top of a hard pack like that. So what I'm thinking here is just stay with Conlon, and then we can work on catching those 10 other riders that are in front of us. So I've been going to Spokes a couple times and just working on speed work, working on sand track. If you look at my channel, you can see there's a sand track video, and I didn't ride it very well, but just working on coming out of the corners, hitting the throttle, and like I said before, just now I'm working on leaning forward and leaning into that acceleration. Still really feel like I need to put my foot down on all these corners here, though. You can't see me do it, but I'm worried about the bike scooting out from underneath me. So I'm still a little tentative in some of these corners, but oh, I'm not jumping that. No way. I rolled that every lap.
All right, stay with this guy.
There I go, encouraging myself to stay with him. So he goes down right here. That puts me like right around 9th. You'll see on the second lap I stalled it in that corner, trying to pick up some speed. I was really worried about the log at the top of this hill, but didn't stall it because when I raced Diamond Willow earlier in the year, there were a couple log crossings like that, and I stalled it a couple times. So really was mindful about carrying my momentum through those logs, holding the clutch in a little to help with the stalls, and didn't have any problem. Alright, so as you guys saw in practice, I wrecked right there, but took that little alleyway in the race and didn't have any problems with it. I think I took that little shortcut first lap, but not the second 2 laps, and then I kept kicking myself for not seeing it. It's just so easy to get lulled into the flow of the course. So each of these laps are about 30 minutes, so I had to cut out some of the boring parts. Not boring parts, but you know, if it oh, that root killed me, like, each of those 3 times, and then I would say to myself, I'm gonna go left next time. Yeah, this is embarrassing. Oh no. So I'm thinking about catching the people in front of me. Oh, there goes Conlon. So he passed me back. This happens a couple times. But, I'm thinking about catching the people in front of me, and then I get hung up in that tree there, and then go over to the right and get hung up again. I think I lost about 25 seconds in that whole ordeal. So now I got to catch back up to Conlon and try to pass him. Passing's kind of hard here, but you can see in a few turns that I'll see his dust, or I'll find him pretty quickly. stop it right here. So you see off to the right is the preferred line. Even the arrow on the tree is pointing there. But where do I go? You guessed it. I went over to the left, and yeah, you'll see it as we roll it here. So oh, my family is sitting there in the doorway making fun of me. All right, so there goes Conlon down again, and I try to pass him by going over the berm, but I stall it, quickly get it restarted, go over this log, and now I'm really trying to catch those 9 riders that are in front of me. I didn't have my GPS on in this race, but you heard that. That was like, I was in 3rd gear there, revved it up pretty high. I think I was probably going 25 to 30. I've never gone that fast in the woods before. So I was so proud of myself for just like putting the speed on in this race. It was so much fun. I got like some sort of bottle of courage. Anyway, as I learned later on in the race, the left line is preferred there, but I kept taking this right line, which kind of dumps you out on the bottom here at a weird angle. Nothing I can do about it now, but I usually only do 1 practice lap because I'm just so tired after the practice. And the C riders have to race pretty close to, like right after the riders, the A and B riders, they get a lot more of a break between their practice and their races. Alright, coming up here is my favorite part of the course, just this nice little uphill. This is the one that you saw at the beginning of the video. Just gotta hit that in 2nd gear hard and stay on the throttle. Feather the clutch a little bit at the top if the RPMs drop. And you come out to this flat where you're all throttle. I pop it up to 3rd gear there. Now I'm not seeing anybody. Oh, this downhill was sketch. You gotta stand up on the pegs and just trust the bike to roll down that hill. I don't know what I'm doing there. Just didn't make that turn, so I'm doing some trailblazing. Oh man. I'm shaking my head, just laughing at myself.
I hear you, Eric. Keep it in 3rd.
There's a shout out to Eric. We had a long talk at the enduro at Zars Ranch, and about keeping it in 3rd in the woods. Doing that helped me out so much this race. I was just able to get so much more power coming out of the turns.
You okay?
So he did not look okay. He was holding his knee, and I could tell he looked like he was in pain there. But I asked him if he was okay, and he said, yeah, I'm okay. So what do? You just keep going, right? Like, that's the thing. What do you do if they say, no, I'm not okay? I guess you just stop and help them, wait for the flagger. Oh, I loved this part. This was so much fun.
That was fun. That was fun. I had to use the clutch on that one.
So maybe put some comments in the comment section on what you think you should do if somebody says they're not okay. I know there's a couple different things you can do. And everybody's trying to race and finish first and be on the podium, but seriously, if somebody gets really hurt, like, I don't have a radio on me, so I'm not really sure what I can do. Okay, I come in here, I'm still trying to catch those riders above me, and these guys are stopped. So I think there's a rider up here on the Kawasaki that is, no, not that guy on the Kawasaki, but there's another guy who is...
What's wrong?
There must be somebody down in the ditch or something. Here comes another flagger, and I'm starting to get worried because I'm in like 10th, 9th or 10th, but then I still have 6 or 7 people behind me that I'm trying to keep the gap. And I hear like 3 or 4 engines right behind me, right there. I'm like, oh, great. Oh no, that wasn't a Kawasaki. That was during practice that I saw a Kawasaki. Sorry about that, Kawasaki riders. Alright, so get through there, and still got to catch up with these 9 people.
Damn, everybody just caught up with me.
Yeah, I was pretty upset there about having to wait, but it's part of the race. Should have had a better start. So this guy is going to wait up here for me on the right, and I have to make a quick decision to take the left line, which I didn't take in practice, but I'm glad I did here because it's a better line. There's another little fun uphill right at the end here. But watch what happens when I try to slow down for this turn. Oh, there goes Conlon again. I don't know if you guys heard that, but the back tire was skidding into that turn. Had the rear brake locked up. That's 3, 4, 5 people went by me there. 4 or 5 people.
Couldn't slow it down.
So I was in like 9th or 10th. Now I'm in, what?
Now I can't see.
14th? Something like that. And I think there's only 16 people in my class, so that was a pretty costly mistake. I'm riding in their dust, which is not really that bad, so I'm not too concerned about it. I was saying my thumb was hurting on the video, but I don't think it was crazy. I mean, just like a little bit of a sore pain there. Oh yeah, I hit a root there. Just not watching, not really paying attention.
Come on, Chris.
Oh, what I was watching.
Hit your marks better.
Being lured to sleep by the guys in front of me. Alright, so watch this. Here comes a train of D riders coming through here. No one even looks to the left for these hard lines. Everybody just goes straight. And then watch what happens at this one right here. It's the everybody's worst fear about going up these hills. The guy in front of you stops, right? So this guy's leg is caught underneath him. And the guy 2 riders ahead of me looks like he's about to jump off his bike and help. But then this guy in the ditch just said go. So then everybody goes. So that's 2 more riders back. That puts me in about 12. But it's a pretty slow part of the course. You can't really pass people here.
Got my ankle caught on
I could never figure out where the hard lines come in to the easy line there, because I took the easy line there. But I know you probably lose 25, 30 seconds taking the easy line there. I looked at those hard lines in practice and I was like, I'm not gonna hurt myself. Just because I started wearing knee braces doesn't mean I can like start taking crazy risks now. Alright, so you probably have about 10 minutes of this kind of flowy, sandy single track here. And I really felt like I caught up a lot in this section. I think I made probably some good time here. I mean, everybody else was probably making good time too, but I think in this section here, I really put the gas down. actually watching my race back from last year in the Knesset round. It was my first race.
I got the third, yeah, woohoo!
Oh, this is funny.
Oh shit, down to second.
I was so excited about going back up into third, like coming to take this corner, and then it was just a bunch of sand with a huge rut in it. So back down to second. But my first TORCS race last year was in June, and it was an open track. Like there was a lot of open, and I wasn't even shifting into third gear last year. So I was just doing it in second gear. Like my max was 25 miles per hour, got pretty much near the end, and now I'm doing third gear in the woods. So that's, to me, that's a huge improvement. Just coming out of these turns, leaning forward, hitting the gas. And these are all the sand berms that I'm dragging the front brake in, just trying to keep that front wheel planted into the turn, into the berm. And there's not really any ruts here, but
Oh shit.
sorry for the language. That tree was covered in the same dust of the trail. I didn't see it, so I just hit it.
Came up and bumped.
25, 30 miles per hour, just front wheel nailed a tree. Nothing you can do. Oh, Chris. Oh yeah, there was another hard, easy line that was right over to the right there. It was a huge tree. I saw it during practice. I was like, no way, man. That tree was like, looked like it was 24 to 36 inches high off the ground. No way am I doing that. I'm stuck in second gear here. I don't know why. Should have shifted up.
Oh shit. Almost killed myself.
So my right foot gets caught
Wish
on
I could have caught
the.
that on.
Yeah, I'm saying I wish I could have got that on film. My right foot gets caught on the ledge you see over there on the right. It almost drags me off the bike. I'm gonna roll this one, then I'll jump this one. Alright, so this section here is got some sand in the corners, but I think we're getting into the rocky section here. Maybe. Yeah, see these little pebbles on the ground? I wasn't sure, am I going to get traction on those, or am I not going to get traction on those? But, I don't know. So what I'm doing here is I'm clutching the turns. See that rider go by? So look at the dust here. That rider went by on the outside of the trees, and then he's on the course. So what's that? I mean, I hope it was like a sweeper or something, but if it was a rider, he took a big old shortcut. So there's... Okay, here's another hard, easy line. Dustin was telling me before the race, like, you should take this tires, because you see the ramp up, the sand, it's not that hard. And I looked at it and I'm like, nah, I'm not doing it. But I'll tell you what, the penalty for not taking the tires is pretty severe here. Because just watch these next couple turns. Like, this is sand right here, it's pretty deep. And then this turn, crazy deep sand right here. I didn't fall, but I definitely, like, that wasn't pretty. It was not pretty. So I'm like, let me get out here into the grassy area. Oh my goodness. Chris. Some more sand here on this turn. Alright, so skipping forward a little here, going down into this little creek bed, this dry creek bed. It's one of my favorite sections. You had to stand here. It was so rocky, your back wheel was getting bounced around like crazy. And so I rode here through here standing up. got sand on this turn and then a couple other turns coming up. Yeah, like right through here, but I felt like if you just stayed on the throttle, like right through here, you can not have any problems with that sand, so that was fine. I definitely found myself on the second and third lap of this race just wanting to stand up more on the bike, but when you get into these tight wood sections where you're turning like every 2 seconds, it's like, what's the point? I'm just going to be sitting right back down for this turn anyway. I mean, I could stand, but I'd have to ride slower because I don't trust the bike yet to not wash out on me. I have to really put my foot down. I'll practice that. I'll get better. Watch this rut right coming up here. That one was no fun. Because your butt's like bouncing around, the back of the seat's coming up and hitting you, and it just wasn't fun. So you think you're back near the finish, but you're not. You have another couple minutes, and now you're up at the finish. Almost lost it there. This kind of confused me because this wasn't what we practiced. Now all of a sudden, going back over here, I guess I was expecting to do what the kids do, is the kids went straight there.
Wrong gear.
Oh yeah, I'm in first gear here, which is not what I should have been, because I was going through the finish line at first. So I'm just going to show some highlights now for the second and third lap. Going through the sand field again. I think I did a pretty good job on it. Carried some good speed through here. Well, not here, but before. Little drop down there. Oh, here's where I stalled. Yeah, I decided to really pour on the speed there, and then I was like, oh crap, I'm going way too fast, so I jammed down on the back brake, stalled the bike. But luckily I was able to start it, no problem. Oh yeah, so look at this guy. I couldn't see his number, even I tried to blow it up, but he's going the wrong way on the course. And then he forced me to go this way.
Going backwards on the course.
Which actually was better than going to the right there. It's a more straight shot. Here's that sketchy downhill. Here's one of my favorite little chicane parts here. A lot of clutch I had to use there.
My clutch is gonna hate me. Oh, motherfucker.
Oh.
Didn't see that.
Sorry about the language there. Forgot that I put this in, but yeah, I was coming out of that little down up, and that tree, that branch hanging from the tree, I just didn't see it. It came up and whacked me hard. Ugh. I get better. I'll get better. I'm gonna get better. Alright, so I wrecked here first lap. Let's see what I do on the second lap.
Oh, this is where I couldn't stop before. And I
Turned the
stalled
back
it.
wheel,
I
dragging again. Stalled it.
out there next time. I wrecked there last lap. Oh, here's the
Alright, so
sketchy
I'm looking
part.
over to the right. It's all sketch, right? And then I don't see this hole coming up on the left. Like, I didn't see this during practice or the first lap. So I play a little ping pong here off the left and right side of the trail.
Whoa, shit.
My bike just
Didn't see that hole in
magnetizes right to
practice.
that hole there. All right, and this is, I think this is Abel Castillo. Let me look up his name.
It's your call.
Abel Castillo. So he's asked me if I need help. I just tell him, hey, it's your call.
Take your time, man. I'll help you out. I fell a bunch too.
Oh my God, thank you so much. I got the front brake now.
Your hand crushed now?
Huh.
All right.
Oh my goodness, that was so nice of him. Oh my goodness, I can't believe he did that. I don't know if I would have done that. So Abel was on the podium last race, or the first race, and yeah, that was so nice of him. And he finished 7th, I think, this race.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
That was this is the easy line. So every time I came through here, somebody was wrecked over there in that little ditch. It just comes up really fast on you. So yeah, back to Abel. What a nice guy. Next time I see him, I'm just gonna really think. Okay, so I hear a bike coming behind me. Like, why isn't he saying different class? Like, he's right behind me here. So I'm like, ah, shoot, I'll just let him by.
Oh, he was in my class. It happened to me.
And now I know why he wasn't saying different class, because he was in my class.
Oh, he caught me. I just let him go. He's fast.
And
That's why he didn't say different class.
yeah, so I'm laughing at myself
I
here.
think he slapped me though.
And I was like, okay, I'll try to stay with him. Come on, Chris. Come on, man. Stay with this guy. Stay with him. He's a D rider. You can stay with him. But man, look at him.
Man, this guy's
He is good. He's good. He is pouring it on.
He's standing up more than I am.
So I'm keeping him in my view. But then I lost him. Like, yeah.
Oh shit. What a save.
That
What a
rut
save.
got me there. That rut got me. Into the tree, into the cactuses.
Hurt a little bit.
Alright, watch this beauty right here. Coming through the finish line. This is the end of lap 2. Right at end of like 59 minutes for me. And I just dumped the bike over. So then you can see he's about to put the finish flag up. He's got his watch out there. He's about to put the finish flag up. And he says something to me right here. I couldn't hear what he said. For a split second, I thought about stopping, but I just continued. Watch this. This is where I hit the front tire and pop a wheelie over the lip.
Whoa, shit. That one was sketch, man.
I'm glad I did the last lap here, because I ended up passing 3 people that didn't do the last lap. I ended up finishing in 6th, so I would have finished in 9th. I learned my lesson on this corner. I gave it plenty of room to brake. Didn't want to fall again. So this wraps it up. My best finish in TORCS so far. I mean, I stuck it out, did a 3rd lap, and I'm glad I did. It was a lot of fun. Lots of fun.
All right, that was quite the race here at Zars Ranch. Really enjoyed it, and just pretty tired right now. The up and downs, the elevation changes were great. Loved it. Used a lot of front brake going into the turns. Stalled once going into one of those sandy turns, just jammed on my back brake too much. But dragging the front brake really through the sand turns really helped. I'll post a link to that video in the description, and it really helped me get through some of these sand turns. I only blew the berm, I think, twice through the whole race, so loved it. Got to do 3 laps. I think I made it by like a minute or so. So it's really, only thought I was gonna get to do 2, but I did so much better in the sand today than I did at Diamond Willow. Just so proud of myself. I really tried to lean forward. Accelerating, and that was a big thing. Just accelerate, lean forward, not feeling like the arms are being ripped off from you, and just was able to accelerate and keep pace with people. So that was kind of fun. I wasn't able to really battle anybody, but keep pace with somebody. I thought that was a win for me. All right, take it easy, guys.